Hello students, welcome to the accounts class. This is going to be your first introductory class. So let's understand first what is accountancy. So you can see on the screen some scholars have defined accountancy. An accounting system is a means of collecting, summarizing and reporting in monetary terms information about the business. Again, accounting may be defined as the identifying, measuring, recording and communicating of financial information. So one thing is common that accountancy is a system through which financial data is identified, recorded, classified, and then presented to its users. Now, who are the users of the accounting data? Accounting data is used by stakeholders in the firm, creditors, loan providers, owner, manager. Everybody needs to know the financial data of the company to understand the firm in a better way. So, accountancy provides that systematic window through which a person can look into the financial records of a firm. So, what is basically recorded as financial data? So, we can say that transactions are recorded. Now, what is a transaction? Transaction is an event through which there is some change in financial position of a firm. Like for example, I will tell you that if raw materials is bought with the help of cash, then there is a change in the financial position of a company. How? So cash when paid for purchase of raw material will decrease. So cash will decrease at the time of purchase of raw material, and again with that cash when raw material will come, the raw material in the firm in the business will increase. So here some change in the financial position is occurring. We record these transactions through accountancy. So every transaction has two aspects in our modern double entry system. You must have seen that some traders record in their red book the amount of credit given to each of their customers. That is called a single entry system in which only the names of the customer is recorded, not the second aspect. However, in double entry system, both the aspects of the transactions is recorded. So basically we are studying double entry system and we will learn how to record these transactions in the books of accounts. So basically every transaction has two aspects. One side is being benefited and one side is being decreased. Like in the example I told you that when we are buying raw materials using cash, cash will decrease and raw material will increase. So in this way there is always two aspects to the every transaction. So when we find the aspects or the parties in the transaction, we call them accounts. Like there one account was cash, another account was raw material. So always in every transaction we find two accounts at least, and we will classify the accounts based on their properties, and then we will see how these are recorded and what are their rules for recording those transactions. So let's see first. You can see on the screen accounts may be divided into two types. One is personal accounts and another is impersonal accounts. Personal accounts is the, are those accounts which are personal in nature, or any person is there as accounts. It may be a living person, an individual, a business, an institution, or an imaginary person also. So all the persons like accounts are kept under personal accounts, like accounts for debtors, creditors, capital. All these are supposed to be personal accounts. Again, who are impersonal accounts? Impersonal accounts are those accounts which are non-personal in nature, and these are divided into two parts: real accounts and nominal accounts. So real accounts represent those accounts which are having any physical property in their nature, like tangible or intangible or all kinds of physical property. For example, cash, machinery, car, stock. All these are examples of real account. Again, what is nominal accounts? Nominal accounts are related to expenses and income, which are maintained for the purpose of representing the incomes and expenses, gains or losses. So these are nominal accounts. So let's see what are the rules for entering each of the account into books. So we are seeing now golden rule. This is called golden rule for debit and credit of the item. So what is debit and credit? First should know. So debit means when any account is benefited, then it is called debit, and credit means when an account is showing adverse side, it is called credit. So there are some rules related to each of the account. So suppose real account. So suppose cash is real account. So what is the rule for entering cash into books of accounts? Suppose cash is coming into the business, then we have to debit it. So what is the rule? Debit what comes into the business and credit what goes out from the business. So if cash is coming, then it will be debited in the books of accounts of the firm, and if the cash is going out, then it will be credited. So in this manner we do entries related to real account. Again, personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. So if somebody is getting money from us or material from us, like we are selling goods to a debtor who is not paying presently but will pay later, so we are selling the goods on credit to him or her, then he is said to be receiver. So if we are entering his name into our books after selling the goods to him or her, then we will debit him. So debtors will be debited and credit the giver. If somebody is giving us, suppose supplier is supplying us material, so he will be said to be creditor. He is the giver, he is giving us the material, so he will stand in the credit balance and his account will be credited. Again, nominal account. In case of nominal account, all the expenses or losses of the business are debited, whereas all the income or gain of the business are credited. Suppose salary is paid, that is expense. Loss on fire, that is loss to the business. So all these kind of side, all these accounts will be debited. Whereas any income, suppose companies or firm is earning commission, then commission is said to be have a credit balance. Again, any gain like profit on sale of capital asset, it is gain for the business and it will be credited. When we will see the example, we will understand what is the rule. You can note it like this also. You have to always remember this golden rule to make the journal entries. This you can't avoid. Let's see some of the examples today. On April 1st, Siaram and Sons started business with cash. Now, what are the two parties you have to decide first? What are the two parties in it? So, for the business, cash is coming. What are the two parties? First, you have to decide. If Siaram and Sons are starting business with cash, that means cash is coming into the business. Again, capital is also being introduced into the business. So two parties you have to decide first. So two parties are cash and capital. Now what will be the entry of this? You have to understand. Now what is cash? Cash is real account. So what is the rule for entering a real account into journal books? So that is cash is real account, so debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Since cash is coming, so cash will be debited. And capital being personal account is the giver here. So it is a personal account, and in personal account the rule is credit the giver. So capital account is providing cash to the business, so capital account will be credited. So in this way, purchased goods for cash. Now for the purpose of convenience, raw materials are treated in purchase or sales account in the business. So purchase goods for cash. In this, what are the two sides? So two sides are, one side is purchase account and other side is cash account. So what is purchase is nominal account, and according to the rule of nominal account, debit all the expenses. So purchase is expense, so purchase will be debited. Whereas cash is real account and cash is going out from the business, what goes out should be credited in the real account, so cash will be credited. So the entry will be purchase account dr to cash account. So in this way these entries are made. Till then, I am sending some PDFs, study those, and after that, I will take you further deep into the method of journalizing the transaction. So, till then, listen to this video, and I am sending some journal entry practice. Some try to make journal entries using the rules. Thanks.